Hello, today is just a day of cleaning up. We have a frost on Saturday, and I decided to get the zinnias done before they got bit and looked ugly. And then I decided to also harvest all the luffa and pull out all the vine crops so they'd be ready. I have to admit that putting the garden to bed is hard for me and cleaning it up in the fall because I enjoy gardening so much. It is my outlet, and we have a small lot and a small garden, and it's just hard for me to put that away, especially the flowers. I love growing flowers, and this year was such a great success for zinnia. 2 years ago when I planted them, they had such bad mold that I didn't try planting them again for a year because it spread to other plants as well. So I went ahead and I decided to plant them this year, and I gave them a little bit more space and more airflow. Planted them in a different place, and they succeeded. So I'll try again next year, and I'll bring you guys along for that journey, hopefully. It's just kind of bittersweet, but like all things, there is a season, and this is the season of resting and letting everything go in the ground. I did buy some new plants, which I will show you in the next video to get them prepped and ready for fall and the winter that is coming. My lemongrass to the left of the zinnias grew so big and beautiful and was such a big help with the mosquitoes. I need to plant more things that will deter mosquitoes, and I'm going to try planting around the gas meter in our yard as well to see if that will help. We don't have standing water, but the mosquitoes get really bad where we're at out here in the country. But anyway, that's what happened that day, and I was surprised by how many zinnias we had because I didn't realize we had that many zinnias. I had to harvest my loofahs green. We just don't have a long enough growing time here in Zone 5B, and I put these out right away as soon as it was warm enough to put them out, at the same time as my tomatoes and peppers, but they just need such a long growing season. So I think I have 18 loofahs that I'll be trying to process, and I'll bring you along for that. They've been sitting in my house for a few days like they're supposed to, and then we're going to whack them and beat them up, and then we're going to wash them in soap, and then somehow I have to use my oven to dry them, so we'll see if we can get some sponges. That's the plan. Now, I know I won't have viable seeds from them because they're not fully dried like they're supposed to be, but we'll just have to see. These are my strawberry beds. We got no berries from them, but two of them survived and propagated with runners. And this, guys, all of that is one loofah plant. All those vines that you see there is one loofah plant, one seed. And that one plant had shot up to the side previously in my strawberry beds. So if you want to grow loofahs, you actually do not need a lot of plants to have a prolific crop, as I found out. I'm thinking next year of growing this on a trellis. Our neighbors are pretty close by, and we could look into their house and they can look into ours. So I'm going to see if next year my husband can build a trellis. He built our kids' bunk bed, so I'm going to ask him if he can build a trellis for me, a solid wood one, because these are heavy. The loofahs are very heavy. And see if I can grow loofah plants as the privacy, and then they'll just grow and be pretty, and maybe do a flower intertwined with that. I'm not sure because loofahs are vigorous. Just to let you know, we have morning glories that are invasive on the side of the fence from a neighbor planting them, and the loofah held its own against the morning glories and actually overtook the morning glory and survived and started killing off part of the morning glory by shrouding it out. And if you know morning glories, they are very aggressive. So I was very impressed. And I also wanted to mention that these loofah seeds, I have hung on to these seeds for 5 years. That's how long I have hoped. I have tried to plant, I have tried to grow. I've tried a couple years to grow, and this is my first year of them taking and growing anything. Just goes to show that hope and seeds can go a long way. And this is my oldest son. He enjoys coming out and helping me pick and harvest things. He is dreaming of what we will plant next year and the seeds we will grow. And underneath the loofah were a couple of grape plants. I have 3 of them, 2 blueberry plants and 1 blackberry plant. Now, one of the blueberry plants has not grown at all. It got some sort of fungal infection. I was able to treat it and keep it from spreading to my other vining crops that I had underneath there, or my other berry plants. The blackberry that I bought, it died. It was a clearance plant, and then it came back. So, but it didn't really grow. And then one blueberry that I've had, this is its 2nd year in, and I bought it as a clearance plant, so it was almost dead. And this year, she was just small and stunted last year. But this year, she shot up so much. So I went ahead and I bought some more clearance berries. That's what I'm going to show you in the next video. I bought a thornless blackberry, a red raspberry, and a second blueberry bush to go with that one. This is the trellis that they were on, and they're beautiful for flowers, but they do not hold up to the weight of the loofahs right there. And this is my little garden in the back. This is the only space I am allowed to garden. So if you want to know how to garden in a small space, intensive gardening, how to get yields, then go ahead and give a follow. These are the plants shrouded in grass right here. They were covered up. There is the little blackberry that was dead and came back. The blueberry that's on year 2. The blueberry that had the fungal, so I don't know what it's going to do. And then a couple of grape plants that got eaten all the way down through the winter by deer. So we're going to try to cover them up. So hopefully they don't get eaten so we can get some berries, and they are juicing grapes. Except for one of them. One of them is an edible grape, like a seedless grape that I bought on clearance. So we'll have to see. This is what it just looks up after the cleanup. Nice and fresh and clean. That's my fall garden. We're going to see if we get anything from it. The carrots are liking the cold weather. Anyway, happy cleaning up your garden. Psst, I clean up my leaves.